The StarEngine wireless gaming headset by EKSA might be one of the most compatible and comfortable ways to play both retro and modern games. Why? Because it has multiple connectivity modes that give you darn near all the options you need to play games across multiple generations of gaming hardware. This thing has a ton of choices, and that versatility is its biggest strength. For around $70, it replaces a whole collection of other headsets, and it does a better job, making it an incredible value. So if you're a retro gamer who has a lot of different consoles and handhelds, I'll show you what this headset is all about. At the core of these suckers are these two big old 50mm over-the-ear drivers, and these drivers deliver a loud, clear sound. Helped by a two-chamber design, they're surrounded by this very comfortable memory foam cushions that shape your head and completely cover your ears. This provides some pretty good passive noise isolation, but it's not active noise canceling. But it does have these big cans over your ears, and that goes a long way to drown out the rest of the world. On the sides, there's a pretty cool grille that looks a little bit like the TIE fighters from Star Wars, but it has a decent aesthetic. Built into that are the LED lights, and you could turn on RGB lighting mode and it rotates through the colors. It's stylish without being tacky or offensive. This headset is held together by a big padded arch over the top and has a really decent build and feel. I have a slightly larger head, I guess it's for storing all this useless 8-bit trivia, and it feels very nice and it doesn't feel like it's squeezing me, unlike some headphones and hearing protectors that I've used over the years. It's all pretty reasonable and it doesn't weigh down your neck during long gaming sessions. On the left ear cup, you have all your controls, and there's a port for the detachable microphone. This mic is flexible and it has noise canceling, so all your homies in your gaming chat won't hear you eating Doritos. And I really like that it has a real physical volume rocker wheel, no dealing with finicky touch buttons. And there's a dedicated mute button and a power button. You hold the power button to turn it on and off and give it a quick click to activate the LED lights, and double click the mute button to alternate between Bluetooth and 2.4G wireless modes. Okay, let's get to the main event, the connectivity options. So this is what makes the StarEngine BT so interesting to a retro gamer. You have three ways to connect: 2.4G wireless, Bluetooth, and a classic 3.5mm wired connection. First up is a completely lag-free 2.4G wireless connection. So the headset comes with a small USB-C dongle that's already paired to it. Cleverly, this dongle comes with a little USB-A adapter that you can plug into almost anything. You can use it with a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2, your PC or Mac, and you get instant wireless connectivity. The low latency makes it great for competitive online gaming where every millisecond counts, if you're into that kind of thing. Bluetooth. So with a double click of the mute button, you can toggle between the 2.4G and Bluetooth modes. This lets you connect to your phone, your computer, or in my case, my Nintendo Switch 2. Playing retro games via the Switch Online service is fantastic with this headset, and this mode offers compatibility with absolutely any Bluetooth device out there. And this last one, this is for the retro gamers. This headset comes with a USB-C to 3.5mm wired audio cable. This opens up compatibility with anything that uses a good old standard audio jack. This means I can plug it into my TV's headset and play Nintendo Famicom on a CRT TV, or while I watch some anime, I can plug it into my Roku TV remote to stream some anime, or to play NES games on my retro USB AVS or my analog pocket via the dock. Quite nice for some Donkey Kong or Street Fighter. And when playing handheld, I can plug it into my analog pocket and play a plethora of games via OpenFPGA. You can plug it into a Nintendo DS, a Neo Geo Pocket Color, the Sega Game Gear, your FPGA Game Boy compatible system of choice, or even a retro game handheld clone system and play the Famicom version of Castlevania 3. Now, one notable exception here is the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP, since Nintendo, in their infinite wisdom, decided to remove the standard audio jack from that model, so you'll need to use an adapter to get that to work. But for most other handhelds, you're good to go. I had a great time playing Neo Geo games on my Neo Geo Super Pocket. And the fact that I can plug this directly into a Sega Genesis Mark I, a console that's old enough to have its own midlife crisis, and get all that glorious FN synth goodness from real hardware is just a thing of beauty. So how does it all perform? Well, the battery is no slacker. It charges via USB-C, and with just 2.5 hours of charging, it gives you about 36 hours of gameplay with a 2.4G connection, and an impressive 55 hours via Bluetooth. You can easily use it all week without having to charge it. Now, the sound quality is excellent for the price. The default tuning works really well for games, explosions, engine sounds, and for retro video game bleeps and bloops that all come across clearly. So I actually had a really good time playing cassette tapes with this thing. I hooked it up to my cassette deck and rocked out to some Iron Maiden, and boy, it sounded great. Iron Maiden requires big old cans or speakers that go real loud. This headset also has a virtual 7.1 surround sound mode, which is handled by PC software when you connect via USB. The PlayStation 5 has a similar 3D audio mode, and it works well with that. And the microphone also has its own environmental noise canceling that can filter out background noise like keyboard clicks or fans. Now, I have never heard of this company EKSA before, so I did some internet searches and I found out that they are out of Wang Chai, Hong Kong, which I instantly recognized from my time going there with Ryo Hazuki in Shenmue 2 on the Sega Dreamcast. So naturally, I decided to play some Shenmue 2 to test this headset out. EKSA sent me this for free, but I genuinely like it and will probably continue to use it. At $70, it's a great price for what you get. I only have some minor complaints. The USB-C port on the headset is recessed a little bit, so I had to push a bit harder to make some of my own USB cables fit. Some of my thicker, fatter IKEA USB-C cables did not fit without having to press them in real hard. So you may need to stick with the included cables or other slightly skinnier ones. It works. Also, the RGB lighting mode doesn't work when you're in wired audio mode, and most of the lighting and audio tuning is done via PC software, and I'm on a Mac. But that's fine because it sounds darn good with the standard equalization right out of the box. Overall, I think this is a pretty darn good choice for a gamer, especially a retro gamer who plays games across multiple generations of systems. Why get tied down to one platform when you can get one decent headset that can cover them all? You know, the blips and bloops of classic arcade games just doesn't come through on the tiny little speakers built into most retro portables. These speakers have all the audio power of a flea shouting in a hurricane. And this headset fixes that. And then I can turn around and play Streets of Rage 4 on my Switch and the sound is perfection. So go get yourself a headset that can do both. So my plan to use this is simple. The USB dongle is going to live in my PlayStation 5, and the Bluetooth is paired to my Switch 2, and the 3.5mm audio jack is going to go into whatever retro handheld device or retro streaming option that I'm using that day. The multiple connection options and support for so many gaming generations should put the EKSA Star Engine BT on your radar. Hey, if you like this video, it would really help out if you would hit the like button, and that tells YouTube that you thought this video was awesome. We make videos like this each week, and there are some really cool ones coming up, so you should totally click the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching. This is 8-Bit Joystick. Stay awesome. Play retro.